stay with the vibe. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Getting ready to welcome DJ LP from St. Louis into the chat. What's going on, LP? Getting ready for this Vibes Summer Solstice Tournament. What's going on, Nine Lives? Just real quick, LP, just real quick. Just want to give a quick bio real quick. DJ LP, St. Louis, Missouri. He's going to be competing this Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, in a qualifying battle against DJ Midnight and DJ Tierra Monique from LA. A man's been doing this thing in St. Louis. Really been working with a lot of different businesses, working with a lot of different DJs too. Just doing a lot of great stuff. So I'm ready and super excited to talk to him. Let's bring him into the live now.
Yo,
LP.
what's the word, man?
How's it going, man? Thank you so much for your time. Such a pleasure
Oh,
connecting with
you
you on the live.
for having me, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. You got the throwback picture back there. Woo!
Right, man. Yeah, it was definitely a pleasure, getting to just look through some of your content, seeing some of the work you've been doing in the St. Louis area and the community. Can you talk about some of the work that you do on is it 100.3 FM?
Yeah, 100.3 The Beat. I do work with them, and I also work with a radio station in Albuquerque, New Mexico, 99.9 FM, and Hot 105.5 in Decatur, Illinois. So a couple of different stations for it. But I've been doing radio for a little bit now. I want to say a little bit over 7 years.
Wow. Okay. So what actually got you started into DJ? Yeah. What actually got you started as a DJ?
So
yeah.
My dad was DJing for a little while, and I never knew whatnot. And I just picked up on it. My mom would tell me little stuff here and there. She used to have a house party, so I used to think she was a DJ. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I picked up on it just on a whim. I love music, so I'm always, listening to all different type of genres of music. They had everything around me from the Aretha Franklin and stuff like that, the real old school R&B feel and stuff like that. So it kind of transferred over because I was heavy in the church when I was younger, so you had that whole gospel feel and just a little bit like that. I just love music, so I always kept up with it.
Right. No, and so I totally feel it, and it, those experiences I can already tell from even seeing some of your videos and stuff really has opened you up, like you said, to different content and music. What's some music right now for you that's really hot, or a song right now that you stand with?
Oh man. Okay, so it's a couple though. I got a rotating five, but for example, just off the head, my man's 350 Honcho, they got a song called Superstar Status. That my girl Ty Bree out of Columbus, Ohio, I believe.
Hey.
Got that Bobbin record, which is hot. Cardi B just co-signed it and everything. I'm feeling those records right now. And also a little bit of gospel. My boy Sean the General just dropped a record called he got there grinding I pray. That's just, to me right now, I've been listening to a bunch of different artists like that. And then, right now I'm still bumping that Drake, and then that Chris Brown just dropped today, so I'm on that because I'm a huge
that Chris Brown and Young Thug, man, that's going crazy.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm gonna have to drop a little something off of that record right there.
Right.
Do a little something with it, so
Right, and it seems like you're also really tuned into the Midwest sound and have different channels and ears, so up and coming artists out here.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I always want to make sure, I love all the closest out there, whatever. But Midwest, I want to make sure they get they proper shine as well, because Midwest get left off of a lot of the music scene. They contribute a lot to it. I know usually with St. Louis, everybody always think Nelly, which shout out to Nelly, he cool people. That's my peoples and everything. There's a lot of talented people here for it that's come out of St. Louis, and either they don't get the proper respect because they're not marketed right, or just with their own well-being of it, they not promoting or doing things the right way where they should, and a lot of people don't get to hear it. Like, for example, I know, like, when I'm out in LA, that's when I really get to appreciate and hear, like, the LA artists and stuff. But coming back in Midwest and stuff like that, I don't really get to hear the full LA sound and stuff like that. So I do think, even though our music is still, like, out there and quicker to get to, we still a lot of times never hear the core artists from that area. You know, I always want to make sure I'm in tune with that in the Midwest.
Right. Exactly. And in St. Louis, you guys have such a unique hip hop sound. You know, it
Right.
really seems like it mixes, you know, like a little bit of country, a little bit of, you know, like
Yeah,
southern
and see,
rap.
we got some actual spitters too, like T-Dub. We got Tef Poe out of here, Shmino, all of them out there. That's a different
Schmino.
type of vibe, like
Right.
St. Louis, that people are not really hearing yet. Because for a while, people thought we just do dance music. I'm like, we don't dance over here. They shooting, they busting. Ain't no dance music over here, cuz. So
No, for real.
you know, I mean, it's good to have different sounds and people like that, you know, that's contributing to the music scene, like a T-Dub or Tef Poe, Shmino, just a different sound from what everybody else is having out there too. And also, you know, like Leighton Green, she from the area too, so she do the R&B, so she out here, you know, making moves out there too for the Midwest.
Right. And you know, even locally, I saw on your page, you know, just through doing some research on you, on your profile, it seems like, yeah, you know, a lot of the sound recently has been impacted by a lot of the recent happenings that have taken place in your area.
Right.
Yeah, could you kind of talk, because it seems like you've been involved in you know, active in that too, like getting out
Right.
in the community too. Could you kind of talk about how the sound has been impacted by it?
Yeah, I mean, like with St. Louis, like that. Like I feel like if you come to St. Louis, like people, they'll get the whole like gist of what St. Louis is about, because it's a lot of rich culture here um as far as like even roots back to the blues and stuff. Like you gonna get some soulful music, but at the same time you still gonna get that hard stuff too that everybody want to hear and everything else. Like, you know, especially like for example, I know everybody with St. Louis always bring up the whole Ferguson incident and things like that, which that was a huge radical change for like the whole community, in a sense. Like it did bring a lot of people together. Um, I mean, even on the music tip for it, we still got a lot of music that was put out there that was dedicated, you know, to that whole situation. And a lot of the proceeds, a lot of these artists that was out here, they was out helping the community, like, you know, the Lunatics, them, all them. They always are doing something for the community. I think a lot of people kind of lead them off too here or whatnot. They're always doing something big for, you know, the St. Louis area. Like for example, like even with us having this pandemic right now, a lot of people are doing more so of like giving back to the homeless. Like the Lunatics, they just did some Saturday where they fed the homeless and, you know, people who didn't have food, whatever need. So, you know, even little stuff like that, I feel like it's just an impact for the community. Like it's a positive look right now for St. Louis and everything for it. So, you know.
Right. So you speaking on that, you know, really talking about, you know, how your community has been touched and impacted by the virus. You know,
Yeah.
how have you been impacted by it? You know, how have you been?
Whew.
Yeah,
I do a lot of stuff outside of St. Louis too. So it
right.
affected me like DJ wise, as far as like going out and travel. Like I had a couple of gigs in Vegas I couldn't do. I actually got stuck out in Vegas when this whole epidemic went down. So I was going to Vegas and LA. So I always split my trips for it. And I had this first stop was in Vegas, and they literally shut everything down. Like it was like, hey, get out the hotel. I don't care where you go, you just can't be here. So it was like, oh man, we got to get back home, because it was scary. Because like Vegas, I know, you know, most people been to Vegas and it was always lights and everything. So we're walking through Vegas and it's like music playing, but it's dead, nobody there. So you're like, what the
Wow.
heck is going on here? But yeah, it was wild, man. Yeah, this pandemic definitely affected a lot of stuff, especially money wise. So a lot of people, a lot of DJs too, this is their only job. So they don't have like health insurance and stuff like that. So it's huge out here. Like I really do feel for a lot of the DJs out there who don't have like another source of income, stuff like that. And shout out to DJ Envy. I don't know if you knew, but he was like giving like $500 out to a couple of these DJs and everything out there who was you know, who's impacted by this. So major shout out to him too for that.
Yeah, no. Actually, I hadn't heard about that
Yeah.
from DJ Envy, and that story about you in Vegas, man. That's so crazy, because you know,
Yeah.
I'm up here in New York, and you know that's definitely like one of my biggest fears. You know, like
Man,
getting stuck in a situation, you know, you can't move and you don't have that mobility.
right.
But you know, specifically, you know, like definitely, we want to give our deepest prayers to everyone that's being impacted by the virus right now,
Definitely.
and send our strongest support to them. But you know, getting back into the music, as you were saying, right now, you know, a lot of DJs, like you saying, are getting out and battling. That's why Vibes is really trying to take advantage of, you know,
Right.
you guys' activity and seeing and promoting, you know, you guys who are getting out. And I've been seeing you and your team, Coalition DJ St. Louis.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, you guys have
definitely.
really been getting out and promoted. Could you kind of talk about some of the work you guys do?
Yeah, so Coalition DJs, we have a little bit over 19 chapters right now. We're everywhere from Atlanta to St. Louis to Nashville. We're doing a lot of movement right now, so we're trying to, you know, kind of get the music out there back to the original, like breaking records and being like real DJs out there for not dissing any DJs out there, but even with me working on the radio side, a lot of people feel like, hey, you just a radio DJ, you don't do nothing else. So it's like I always have to jump in front of that and be like, nah, you know, it's radio DJs and it's DJs. I'm just an actual DJ that's on the radio. So, you know,
Radio.
you always got to differentiate the two. But definitely we have a Coalition DJs. We're always out there willing to help like up and coming artists. So if any up and coming artists out there, please hit me up. We definitely would love to collaborate and work with you and kind of get your music out there, because we definitely got connections and plugs to a lot of different labels and things like that out there. So definitely want to help out the music community like that.
Right, yeah. So especially right now, are a lot of artists DMing you and trying to get their music out? Yeah, like
No, that's the frustrating part. I'm like, all these artists who keep saying I'm taking over for the summer, I'm doing this and that. I'm like, I ain't seen now one reach out and say, I've seen a couple, let me take that back, but I haven't seen as much as I anticipated to say, well, during this whole pandemic, like we out here working, we got some hot records. It's a handful of them, I kid you not, that is like constantly working. I'm like, okay, I see you. I know you're gonna be some big on it because you're not letting that go. Like a lot of other people, they just like taking a break and, you know, living life, which is nothing wrong with that still, in a sense, if that's what you need to do. But it's your passion, like you got to be on it. Like it's no days off at all. Like you got to keep it going.
Exactly. You know, just like you as a DJ, and that's why, you know, I really respect what you're doing. You know,
Yeah.
being an actual turntablist, being someone who, you know, who really actually studies, you know, movement and crowds and all that type of stuff, and then also curating playlists on the radio. You know, could you even shed light on how that's a little bit different and how it's a different space as
So
a DJ?
with radio now, like even curating playlists, all of that is just like out. Well, for the company I work for, that's literally out the door. Like we just follow whatever they give us for it to play and kind of go from there. So you know the uphill battle with that, like being a real DJ, in a sense of you never want anybody controlling and tell you what you want to play, what you have to play, in a sense. But the key thing about that is what I learned from like an older vet in the game was take whatever they give you and just flip it around and make it your sound. So that's where your creativeness come in at. Like you might get upset, like, man, I'm tired of playing these songs, but it's like if you can flip it and make it creative, now it's like you made a whole new song. And a lot of people are not caught up to that. Like you can get lost in the politics of radio and be like, oh well, if I ain't doing it this way, I ain't doing it at all. You gotta respect I'm a DJ, but it's like this ain't your company.
Right, right,
Like
right.
if you got an issue, get your own company. Otherwise, you here to work, do what you need to do, and get out, you know, promote yourself for it. And I'm a huge fan of that. Like, I'm a huge fan of promoting myself. It's DJ LP featuring whoever else I'm working for at the time for it. It's never, and I think a lot of DJs get caught up with saying, hey, I'm with a radio station, with you, this and that. And I'm like, cool, rep them to the fullest, but also take care of yourself, because as we just seen now on radio, they've been letting go of a lot of people or furloughing them. And now what you gonna do? Like
I
now,
mean, TV too.
This Instagram live, you know, your platform you have right now, bringing out the creativity, and people like, okay, you say you about it, let's see it, you know. And DJing for real, like, you know, it just brings joy to a lot of people, because you know, music can change anybody's mood for real, for real. Like you can go from happy to sad, or hear this song and remind you of something you did back, you know, in high school or college, or something, kicking it with the homies or something like that. So now you like, ah, shoot, that DJ played it, he owned it. So that's, you know, kind of back to what we first talked about. That's kind of what made me really want to be a DJ. Just knowing that music can touch anybody and you can get that feeling out of them, like, ooh, okay, okay. And then me back there, I'm like, watch, I'm about to play next. I'm about to get on with this. Boom. So, you know, something like that.
Right. So when you go out and like working different events, whether it's through the radio station or through your own, I see because you and I definitely had a conversation about some of your own moves that you make
Right.
offside. Are you no requests? Like, yeah, so like are you like, yeah, how are you with the crowd? How is your crowd interaction when you go out?
I really don't like requests, but I would take them, and I would fit them in where I think they should fit in at. But I ain't gonna say I hate. I get really annoyed when people be like, "Play my song now, next." They're like, "Oh, okay." Now I'm about to wait till the end of the night. You about to party now? Nah, but that's just like, you have to give requests in a sense. So I know a lot of DJs hate it, but you got to get a sense of your crowd and who you DJ into, because you're not really out there surveying every day. Like, you just going out to the club and you hearing these requests, and you hearing the people that's out there, and you got to pay attention to who you catering to. Because if it's mostly females in the club, you want to cater to the females. But if it's dudes in there, you want to do a little bit of both. Cater to both of them. Hopefully, it's something to get the ladies dancing as well, because women bring the crowd. So, the women dancing, hey, y'all got to catch up with it. I might have hooked somebody up Love Connection just by playing the song. So I'm like, hey, let's get it. So,
No doubt, no doubt, and I'm sure there's even like a level of energy, whether you're doing like a corporate event or anything like that. When you're there, just from people maybe even have an opportunity to hear you and connect with you through the radio.
right.
Yes, do you ever get that as well? Like, 'cause that's
Oh,
really what I mean
yeah.
from like the engagement standpoint of like at an event. I'm sure there's like a hype of like, oh, like.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, one time I had my son with me, and like, this lady came up out of nowhere, like, "Oh my God, I know your voice. I know you." Because I'm like, "Oh, okay." I was at a corporate event like downtown. She's like, "You're DJ LP." And I'm like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, "Me?" Because I'm like, I ain't nobody for real, y'all. So I'm kind of like taken back. I'm like, "All right, yeah, cool." Like, she just breaking out all this stuff, brought up something I had talked about the week before, and I completely did not remember anything she was talking about. I'm like, "Oh yeah. Yeah. Yup, sure did. Yup. But I love stuff like that. So, I mean, if I could do something to touch them. Yeah, she was talking about too. I had gave her some tickets or something. Like, I guess she won with me, and it was like for her daughter or something. It made her day because she didn't really have it at the time. I was like, oh, okay. Like, that part kind of made me feel special at that whole conversation. I'm like, all right, well, I could do something to give back to you. I'm all for it.
Right, and and
Yeah.
and I get the feeling because I even remember just growing up, whenever I would see like my hometown radio DJ or even DJs that I knew, like you were saying, like from Columbus, from because I'm from Cleveland, or whatever, there was like a hometown feel to it. There was like a connection to it. You rally behind that person.
Right.
Yeah, like, yeah. Do you feel like you're like gaining that support, or like, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, like,
How
with
does that work in St. Louis?
the hometown in St. Louis is very hard in a sense. Like, because St. Louis is so cliquish. So it's like, you got your this and that. So, I mean, I feel like I'm lucky, and I was fortunate enough to have the connections to be cool with a lot of different people here for it. So I feel like I'm moving around the right way where I need to for it. But St. Louis, yeah, when St. Louis show you love, you get your love. Like, it's nothing like it. Yeah, like, for example, even with the Cardinals, like, Cardinals could lose 1,000,000 games and people still love them here. So,
Right.
I mean, unlike the Rams though, they was like, nah.
But I mean, the Cardinals, y'all had your time. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we
Yeah.
did.
The Rams too.
We
Y'all
did.
had y'all done won a Super Bowl. Look.
Right. The Rams though, they was like, nah. They got mad with the Rams left, but didn't want them when they was here. It's weird. It's crazy.
Yeah, no doubt. And getting into the games, you got a battle coming up
Yeah.
Thursday night. We've been talking about it for a couple weeks,
Yeah.
LP.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the game. What caught your interest in Vibes Game Show?
One, I mean, I love the platform which I was doing. Like, right now, nobody is doing what Vibes is doing. Like, even me looking up everything for it, like, it really is providing like a platform for the DJs, because for a while people are forgetting the DJs. People be like, oh, y'all just push buttons. Like, nah, we do more than push buttons. We give you that whole vibe, which our show is, and everything. So we give you a whole feel for everything. And I just kind of like how it's different types of DJs. Like, when you in an area long enough, you start hearing the same music, and you might hear a couple different DJs and sounds like that. But this one, for what I've been watching, I've been hearing a little bit of different stuff from everybody. So it's kind of like, all right, cool. I like that. I like what they picking up, things like that. What's his name? DJ Danny Rojas. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Wow. I had to give him his props. I was like, all right, I see you, G. I see you.
Hey, yeah, no doubt. Shout out to Danny Rojas. Actually be back in the tournament this weekend.
Okay.
Too. Yeah. And Thursday night, but thank you so much for having that ear, because that's exactly what Vibes is all about. We're trying to bring these coastal sounds, these regional sounds, rallying the support, like you talked about, and like you and your team have been doing. And I love a lot of the promotion that you guys have been doing for the event. Your graphics are exciting, and I'm getting ready to share them as we're getting ready for Thursday. Did you have anything you wanted to say to your competition, or have you ever battled in the competition before?
Man, I ain't did one so I haven't did a battle since I first started DJing, to be honest. So this is me getting my feet wet back into it and everything. So actually I need to get back to like practicing for real. Like I've been doing a little bit, but I've been working on so many different projects right now, like what I'm doing outside of music and everything else. So I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. Shout out to all the DJs I'm going against. Was it Tierra Monique? Is it
Tierra Monique and DJ Midnight MVS?
DJ
He just went live too. Yeah,
that's what's up. So yeah, I'm ready for it, man. Good luck to everybody, and let's do it. Put on a show. I like competition anyway, so I'm cool with it. So yeah, let's get it.
And we really thank you for what you were saying about the show and the platform. And as we talked about, we definitely are looking forward to making some future moves with you in the St. Louis area.
Definitely.
And yeah, just real quick, did you have any other final thoughts that you wanted to share? Just in in general about your career.
Yeah, a little bit of both. One, say thank you to y'all for doing this, putting on the show or whatever, because giving people opportunity to kind of just jump in and kind of do it with the DJ. Especially the other interviews I've been watching, it's a lot of DJ stories out there y'all capturing. That's really dope. Like I love that, hearing different sounds of why people became DJs. Another part on that too, like with DJing, man, like shout out to everybody out there who is trying to get into the DJ game too, because a lot of people don't have like mentors to jump in and stuff like that. And hopefully they watching this and they picking up techniques and kind of going from there, because in a sense it's still a teaching lesson to everybody out there. So again, kind of lead back to shout out to y'all.
Word. Thank you so much. Yeah.
No problem.
And we like to give a little sample, potentially what people could cue, maybe might hear up on Thursday night. You haven't had your tables ready?
Hold on. Let me see if I get some on real quick.
All right, cool. Good look. All right, yeah. So you seen it right here. You've been hearing it. We've been live with the man, the St. Louis, the voice of St. Louis. We talking right now. DJ, your DJ, LP. He's getting ready to go live for us and give us a quick sample of what he's going to cue up Thursday night as he competes against DJ Tierra Monique and DJ Midnight MVS in the qualifying round of the Vibes Summer Solstice Tournament. That's right. We're going to be bringing you 18 DJs live, 3 consecutive weekends. It's only going to be one champion. We need you guys locked in and tuned in. Support. If you like your DJ LP, you never know. Maybe may take it home. May bring the title back home to St. Louis.
My bad, y'all. Give me one more moment.
No, it's all good. If you guys had any questions for DJ LP that you wanted to ask real quick, or when he came back, post it in the chat. We love to hear it. Just asking for him. This is all about you guys. The whole show is for you. And we want to give another big thanks to our sponsors one time. DC Top 20, Wake Up Suckers, My MP3 Pool, Homes Out Mouthwater and Applesauce, and Miss Nikki Nomad.
All right, we ready?
Oh yeah, let's get live.
All right. them hoes. Baby Pop still got 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 them hoes.
Hey, that baby my song though.
You got a little. Oh shoot.
Hey.
So I just put a little something real quick because it's still my bad. My computer loading crazy.
No, you good. You good. You good. That was live. That was live. That's a quick little sample, you know. DJ, you're DJ LP. He's ready to get live this Thursday night. You know what I'm saying? About to get up, about to get live. We want to thank you so much. We want to thank you so much, LP, for your time tonight.
Thank you for having me.
No, again, and we want to thank you, Coalition DJ, St. Louis, your whole team for all the promotion and support you guys have been giving to the page. And yeah, man, we're looking forward to having you on Thursday night. And remember, you know, it's all about keeping it live, staying with the vibe.
Yes, sir. I'm ready for it.
Can you give us a tag one time?
Give my tag?
Our tag. Keep it live, stay with the vibe.
Keep it live, stay with the vibes. Y'all know what it is. DJ LP. Let's get it.